This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Liking 18. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now he's going to step up and run. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles, and there when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Okay,
second down and 4. Back to throw here. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
There's no rush to shut it down. Whatever I got your money up. Believe what I got, put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of us. I do it for all of my people now.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Here we go.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. Lions 7, Rams 0. as they line up and kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Ready. Hut.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Until about the 23. Ball at the 23, second and 8.
23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 23, here's a second and 8.
Come on, set. Sit, hut.
Operating from the gun, Trout. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded at the 33. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Lions will take over.
6-yard line.
Me and my bros in the stone and ride like when they outside, so I'm staying inside. Shorty, you and I vibe to the food like Tupac. I see the bunch of mean guys in the band and the ties. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. I ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably the reason you die trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs, ripping on it like I'm picking the prize. They hit the crib with a collide, but really ain't tripping. We can get it ride through the
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Come on. Set. 19, Tiger, 19.
Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get up. Viking, 18.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go. Gravity line.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Pushing his way through, and he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Ready to go for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Here we go. 33.
2nd and 2. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
4 yards. That's good. Rams. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Trout. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sign of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. That is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect. They'll try and pick up another 1st down.
2nd and 10.
Down. Yellow. 43. Cut.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ready.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Set. Cut. Watch it. Sit. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Trout. And he finds Montgomery complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. Set. Go.
McCaffrey is not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time. Second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal. At the Lions' 3-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they come up now, second and goal.
Ready. Ready. Cut.
Again, McCaffrey trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Able to hold it to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. And his kick here is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 in some certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 19 Tiger. Hawk 70. Ready.
Another run for Gibbs here. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
Rams 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Trout. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Montgomery. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Set. Ready. Set.
Back to throw. Trout. Montgomery, another target and catch. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down 1st and 10.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Down that right side, it's McCaffrey. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Second and 11 now.
Cougar 19.
They'll drop to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
Gibbs, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Gibbs. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more.
Ready. Go.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Down. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Looking to throw. Trout. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Black. 95.
Back to throw. Trout. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. try and start this drive in the air. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Okay, break it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 3rd down, and defensively, the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. Bates' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And running with power here. And able to get this out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest in first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on, set.
Operating from the gun, Trout. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Go! 77, Cowboy 80.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Ready up?
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Trout going deep for Montgomery. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19.
It's a gain of 28 yards. That's good for a Rams 1st down.
Ready?
1st and 10.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
Black ultra. Cut, cut.
Operating from the gun. Trout. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Back to throw. Trout. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
33, yellow. Set.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua from 3 yards out. And the Rams take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Rams 13. Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and 11.
70 Timberwolves.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
7-yard line.
Stephanie. Lightning 18. Lightning 18. Ready.
Looking to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs from 6 yards away. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they can't bring him down. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. A A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Come on, set. Block 40. Set.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Looking to throw. Trout. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more days. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for our Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Trout. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
Shot. 17. Will Green. Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Red. 2nd.
Looking to throw. Trout. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Fix the Eagles. Fix the Eagles. Hey, Ready.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And it's caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Powering his way forward. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Okay, break. Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's short. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Ready, break. Here we go, start. Bronco 80.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
Lightning 18. Go.
2nd and 6. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He'll try and do this himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaac to slow. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45 out of bounds at the 44.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
22 yards. That's good for a Rams First down.
In motion right comes Montgomery.
22 yards.
Ready.
First down, Los
They go
Angeles.
play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Rams 20. Joshua Purdy.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Hold the ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Another run by Bigsby. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And the Lions first down.
And he's going to keep this again. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, he's had success running the football on this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to him.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice game with a slant at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And they take a knee.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
And they will take a knee here.
Here we go. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.